The V63 Carbine is a very unique Fallout weapon. Its entire gimmick is that the more you shoot and the more you overheat it, the more damage you'll do in return. To be exact, it does about double its damage after you get the fill meter or whatever to 75%. And if it's your first time using the gun, do not be fooled. Last I know, that overcharge bar does not stop you from shooting. I haven't tested it much, but from gameplay and just my personal experience, it has not once overheated. To get the gun, you just want to go to the bearing springs and teleport to the bounty board. The absolute moment you teleport in there, you should be able to just turn around and straight across from the bar, you can see the gun shop. This vendor sells you everything you need for this gun. Just be emotionally prepared because this will cost you 7,000 caps. It's stupid. Once you go homeless because you can't pay your mortgage, you have to ask the question, is this gun worth it? Yes. Yes, it is. Now, to put this in perspective, every gun usually does about 500 damage. Even the Elder's Mark, up until you get all its stacks, it's going to do 500 damage. For every AR in the game that's fully automatic, this is the safe spot. This is the part where it's like, okay, my build is starting to do things. This is doing enough damage. This gun has done 1,000 damage per shot without me even trying to do anything. Now sadly, for people like me who like VAT builds, this gun is not great for a VAT build. Do not use this in a VAT build. The gun has a base 30 AP cost, and there is no way to reduce it without VATs optimized, effectively making this the worst VATs gun in the game possibly. By relaxing VATs, it makes up incredibly in hipfire. As said prior, this gun can do double a normal gun's damage just for fun, you know? Funsies. But it's also just a laser pointer disguised as a gun. It is gonna shoot wherever you aim it, and it will not go up in the slightest. I have not had to aim this gun down. Granted, my build does help with that, but the gun itself does just have really good natural recoil. Speaking of my build, I'm gonna put it on screen now. Now, just so we're not here for an hour and a half, I'm gonna give a very short description of each important card. But if you want to know more info on the other cards, you can look them up on Fallout builds. Bulletstorm is very good for this build because basically what it does is every 30 bullets you shoot, you gain 9% damage, up to 10 stacks. For the carbine, this is good because the magazine size is naturally 150. Granted, you'll probably only get the value of half of it, so about 45% extra damage, but it's still pretty good. On top of that, lock and load is also very good. Make sure that you keep half your stacks every time you reload, and even let you reload faster. And then the other cards is everything onslaught. Since my build has a furious version of the carbine, we're gonna have every single onslaught card except Gunslayer Master. This means not only do we get a damage increase, reload speed increase, and a critical hit damage increase, we also get a normal natural damage increase because we have Furious and we're increasing our onslaught stats. At this point, I've said it every video I've uploaded since I came back, but I have a video on onslaught. You should watch it if you don't know what onslaught is, or how it works, or why these cards increase your damage up to 200% more. However, if you're not using Furious, you can just skip this, honestly. But if you're using Furious, take everything onslaught. Mining Renegade is very simple, it helps with hipfire accuracy, and since this is also a Limb build, we're also using it for that crippling damage. And then finally we have Tormentor, Easy Target, and Scatter Shot. General idea, they all make it so you can do damage to every limb, and increase your damage based on how many limbs are crippled. Now with all that said and done, I'm going to show a couple of examples of me killing things. I'm going to have some live commentary there too, so that way you're not just watching me murder stuff and the video ends. And yeah, let's get right to it. So I have the V63. All I have is Furious, Weapon Speed, Intelligence. I also have the Cyclic Capacitor. God, I'm stupid. And the Forceful Stock. I just have Agility, Intelligence, Perception, Luck, and Endurance. I did change the build a little bit. Other things I would change is you don't need better criticals or critical savvy. I'm actually gonna get rid of it for crit cans, but I would put like all that into something else. It might even be able to remove a legendary card. So yeah, this build might only be a 200 plus build. I don't know how to determine how much, and I'm too lazy. It's normal enemies. Well, if I don't go in the water. Against normal enemies, it's pretty good. We're gonna have a Milo challenge. The only downside of this weapon is you burn through ammo. I usually shoot the sprouts and bats, so that way they can't poison me. That's what I hate about my elite creatures. They have so much health. Alright, there we go. And then, yeah, not horrible. Also, I kind of messed it up, but I do also know that I can do more. I should have footage actually of me doing like 800 damage casually. I've never actually used this against a behemoth. However, since Bigfoot's basically the same, I think it'll be okay. I was a little scared of that hit, but now that I know that I'm fine on it. There we go. Now again, you know, it's not great in VATS. It's very, very expensive in VATS. However, it does a lot of damage, and if you can use VATS, you probably should, because criticals are always nice. And I'm also just used to it, hence why I used it on the behemoth. Now, against super mutants, it's pretty good too. I've used it in obviously res tech, nowhere else. And yeah, it just does a lot of damage. It's good against every kind of enemy. But if you want to spare on ammo, you probably tap fire. And that would probably be when you should use VATS. Just because since you're tap firing, you won't have to worry too much. Oh god, the turret's aiming. Ammo is a little hard to find with it, but if you can just get a high damage energy gun, you can farm it pretty easy in daily ops and expeditions. I usually upload every Friday. There are always guides at the end. At this point, I'm just a guides channel. But I'm fine with that. I like doing guides. It's fun. And yeah, with all that out of the way, I hope you have a good day.